Hello everyone, I hope you guys have been well. Recently I've been thinking a lot about my inner child. I'll admit that I've kind of neglected her for quite some time, but one of the reasons why she's been on my mind more recently is because I've been able to notice and connect things about myself that are a direct result of what I went through as a child. According to psychology, I read that if your emotional needs were not met as a child, you might find yourself as an adult who obsessively takes care of others, often to the point of putting yourself last. This pattern is called parentification, and it happens when a child is pushed to take on a caregiving role, such as comforting yourself. And with that, it can lead to having this unspoken hope that if you constantly take care of others, someone will one day return that same care for you. But over time, this silent hope can lead to loneliness, burnout, or even resentment as you give and give without receiving the same support. This is something that I've kind of struggled. I used to live this unhealthy cycle where I would prioritize others' wants and needs above my own because it felt like it was the right thing to do and it made me happy to be able to help someone. But eventually I will burn out, leaving my cup empty. And by then no one would ever seem to show up for me the way that I showed up for them. And that always kind of really hurt me. And eventually life seemed so cold and loveless in a place I didn't want to be in. As I'm getting older, I am understanding that I need to prioritize my needs because no one else will. I need to get rid of this little hope that I have in my head that someday someone will show up for me. I want to get to a point where if someone one day does show up for me the way that I've shown up for them, then lucky me. And if someone never shows up for me the way that I've shown up for them, that's cool too. I'm good because I got me. I got me so good that I don't need anything. I want to get there. I want to get there, but I think I've always had this little hope inside me. And that hope always led to disappointment. And I think that does stem from my childhood and some of the things that I went through as a child. But now that I know that, I want to create a new healthy cycle. And the truth is, I have to fill my own cup and prioritize my needs to be able to show up for the people that I love. It's easier said than done, especially when you've lived this unhealthy cycle most of your life. But I am determined to create a new healthy cycle for myself to be able to love better to the people around me.
Looking up to watch the view, feeling warm, the breeze is cool, so cool. Waiting on the rain to fall.
There's nothing like laying down in bed after a long flight eat. My back is killing me. I don't know why. Probably because I've been sitting down uncomfortably on a flight for almost 7 hours. But it's hurting a little bit more than usual. Currently it's 7:50 p.m. in San Francisco, which is 10:50, almost 11 p.m. in New York. I'm here for 3 days. My fitting with Levi's tomorrow, but I was gonna go get some food. I was gonna walk to the restaurant, but it's not safe to walk outside at night by myself. So I just ordered some Korean food, no surprise there. So I'm gonna eat some Korean food, rest, go to sleep. Let's go get some coffee.
I used to stick around so I don't hurt the ones I love. Now I've lived long enough, the green feeds the chocolate.
I ordered a croissant and a coffee, and it came out to be almost $18. This croissant is a chocolate croissant. Barely has any chocolate. This croissant is $7. The coffee itself was like $9, or $9 to $10. In what world are we living in? How does a coffee and a croissant come out to be almost $20? This is ridiculous. Who do they think they are?
Let's get classes. I'm sorry. I don't stop yawning.
And people in the news, they showed what Tom Brady posted right after the news was out that his ex-wife is pregnant. And he posted a picture of a sunrise and said something about I don't know, love or something. But it was giving me the vibes like he didn't care. I could feel that she's been lonely for a long time. For a while, probably felt that she wasn't enough, and she'll never be enough because for him, he'll always choose football over her and their kids. He made a promise, and she waited. She believed in the promise, and she waited so long for him to retire, and then he just chooses to not keep up the promise and goes back to playing football. All those years wasted of her waiting. She did an interview talking about everything, and then she broke down crying. Today's shoot was so difficult because I've had a headache all day. When I have shoots back to back, I noticed that my back hurts a lot and my feet hurts because I'm standing on cement all day for 10 hours. And when I do it for 3 days, I feel the toll on my body. Today was my last day in San Francisco, and I'm waiting for my flight back to New York. and all day I've had a headache on set. And after the shoot was over, I realized that it was a migraine because I started to feel nauseous and I felt like I wanted to throw up. I took some painkillers, but that kind of headache, it's the type of pain, it is just like makes you not want to live. It's so painful. My shoot, we wrapped around 4 and my flight is until almost 11 p.m. I had to check out from my hotel before my shoot. After we wrapped, I had nowhere to go, especially when I was feeling sick. So I went to the hotel lobby and I just sat there trying to find a comfortable position with the migraine that I had. I feel better because I think the painkiller kicked in, but man, I do get migraines often. I'm hoping that I pass out this entire flight. I will probably arrive in New York at 6, 7 in the morning. Flights from New York to LA or San Francisco are so long. It's literally a flight to Panama. It's like an international flight pretty much.